Hello and welcome to the On the Slate Movie Podcast. We are your hosts, Wesley,
Jason,
and Asher.
And on the slate for today, we will be talking about the new Tron Ares movie that just released in October. We're going to go over the story, the characters, and of course, the visual effects and the great score. Let's do it, fellas. So this was a movie we kind of had pinned down to discuss like a year ago. I feel like we knew that Tron was coming up on the horizon, and I think really Jason championed this the most. He's the biggest Tron fan, probably of the group, unless Asher has just secretly been like has a shrine of.
I feel like our most recent
Tron
adventures has lowered Tron in Asher's eyes. Legacy, at least.
So. Well, I still like Tron Legacy a lot, and I've been a huge fan of it.
But it fell out of your top 5.
It fell out of my top 5,
or 10.
In terms of favorite movies that I gave someone recently. But with that said, I still enjoy the movie. And if you want to know more of my thoughts, then just go listen to the past episode.
Yes, we did.
It has
cover
an awesome thumbnail that I really like, that I like saved to my phone.
That you have on your shelf, 3-inch version.
No, he was talking about his actual thumbnails.
What?
He just likes complimenting his own thumbnails.
What if all of our thumbnails were just thumbnails?
Just a picture of.
It reminds me of these the Spy Kids, like the big
the
thumb guys.
The thumb, were they called thumbs or something?
I don't know. I almost said Thumbelina, but I was like, that's not right. That's not right. That's something different. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna be deep diving Ares, which just came out, and we're excited about that. But first, we got to give a shout out.
Yepers.
We have like multiple shout outs today. So first of all, shout out to our friends Conley and Zion, who went to the theater with us. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
We should have taken a photo. We keep forgetting to do that, to post.
The last photo we took was at Bonhoeffer.
In December of last year.
Is that when we watched that? Like November, December?
It was December, yeah.
Man, so it's been a while. We're dudes. What do you expect? We don't take pictures. This is why we need to bring your wife with us, because she remembers to take pictures. But anyway, so I'm going to get to some of these shout outs, but thank you, Zion, good buddy, and Conley, of course.
Yeah. We had
Great to spend time with y'all.
Yeah, we had a fun little conversation afterwards. It was fun hearing their thoughts kind of right after seeing the movie, which was really cool.
He was like, I already know what Jason and Wesley think. Can I get some fresh opinions?
Yeah. They thought about replacing me actually on the podcast. So
thought about. Buddy, this is your last.
That's awkward. All right. Well, anyway, so shout out to those guys, and we do have some comments I want to bring up. First of all, on one of our shorts where we talked about some 2027 releases upcoming, Liam Nilsson, 8383.
Wait a second.
Liam Nelson?
Liam Nilsson, not Neeson. Nilsson. Liam Nilsson.
Is that really his name?
8383 reminded us that Minecraft Movie 2 will be coming out in 2027. We did not talk about that. There was like 40 movies, I feel like, we talked about. Yeah. I feel like we know more about 2027 than we do at 2026 at this point, which is kind of weird, but whatever.
Next year's canceled. Happening.
So that's cool. And then also, my buddy Chris from work commented, Chris. That's my dog, Wes. Thanks, man. Shout out to you, bro. I'll see you at work tomorrow. But just remember, if you leave a comment, we might read it. We might read it if you want that. I would say 15 seconds of fame, but we're not really even famous, so who knows?
And it's not that big of a pool yet, so you have probably 1 in 2 chances of being read if you comment.
all the comment has to be is like not be like explicitly mean.
Yeah, and if you
or trolling,
as long as you're respectful, like, and if you DM us, we'll reply and everything. Yeah. We're real people, we'll talk to you because we like talking about movies, and that's what we're about. So speaking of talking about movies, Tron Ares, we're going to spoil the heck out of this thing, and that's the first time that I've said spoiler warning before we've talked about the movie. So good job. Spoiler warning for Tron Ares is new, so you do have an excuse for spoilers at this point. So this takes place a couple years after.
I guess present day, technically.
I think it is like 15 years later.
Yeah, it's probably, Jesus, it's been that long, 15 years. And it stars Greta Lee and Evan Peters. Shout out my twin. Let's go.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, of course, is in the movie as well. And those are kind of the three main characters. There's some others that figure in there as well. But yeah, so that's kind of the core. And no Sam Flynn this time. No Cora this time.
Sad.
Brief cameo from Jeff Bridges.
He's in a good little.
We'll talk about that later.
There.
Briefer than what I was expecting.
Oh, I thought it was kind of more than I expected, but
yeah. So Greta Lee is now what's her character's name?
Eve Kim.
Eve Kim is now the CEO of Incom, which was formerly owned by or ran by Sam Flynn. And then this guy named Dillinger, who's played by Evan Peters, he runs this rival corporation that is they're both trying to like advance technology and stuff and find a permanent, what is it called? The permanence code, which is basically, it's like, this groundbreaking technology that'll change the world. The blue team wants to use it for good. The red team wants to use it for bad. Or is it orange?
Red. No, it's red.
It's red this time. Okay. Last time it was orange. This time it's red. Blue, good. Red, bad. Typical, what do you expect? But, I mean, it's obviously more intricate than that. It's more detailed than that.
You simplified it pretty well, though. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that is
the main character was red for a lot of it. And he was like,
then he turned blue.
So,
more of a Wyatt, but.
So Eve Kim actually figures out the permanence code. Like she finally develops it or whatever.
No, she finds it.
Or she finds
Kevin Flynn already.
Yes, exactly. So she finds it in Kevin Flynn's old lab in the middle of Antarctica or whatever.
Yeah, like what's that all about?
I don't know. It might have been explained. But anyway, so basically the permanence code can like 3D print anything essentially. Or it's not quite 3D printing, but it's like digitally creating or like something from the grid and like putting it in real life or something.
And keeping it there.
I could be wrong on the science, so somebody let me know different. And then of course the red team, the Red Dillinger Corporation, they're like, yo, we're going to sell this to the military so we can just like make cool like soldiers and tanks and stuff.
I mean, that's what I would do.
I mean, of course,
free fruit for people. How does that make me money? I will create 10 million soldiers.
But he's only able to do it for like, he's only able to create stuff for like 29 minutes. So he needs the permanence code to be able to create stuff like permanently.
Okay, I'm about to come up with my first grievance.
Or let us talk about the story.
Okay.
To get through the plot synopsis first. And then we can.
Sorry.
Hold on to it though. Don't forget.
Hold on.
So yeah, then Eve has to go on this whole journey to try to protect the permanence code because Evan Peters figures out she has it, right? And sends and creates Jared Leto, who is known as the
Master Control.
Who's like the super
perfect
soldier.
Yeah, the perfect soldier.
The perfect soldier who, ends up actually teaming up with Eve Kim because he's like able to like determine for himself what's good or like what's best, So yeah. Anyway, so it's a story more focused on Earth than it is in the grid, and basically Eve Kim and Tron, or not Tron. Tron's actually not in this movie at all.
Yeah.
The character Tron
with each film he's in it less,
and until he's not in it at all. It's purely just the name of the franchise. Imagine a Star Wars movie having no wars in the stars. Does that exist? Is there like a Star Wars property that's like involves no wars in the stars?
I mean, like
the Christmas special maybe.
Does the first season of The Mandalorian have any fighting amongst the stars? There's a scene where he's like
well, I mean, there's violence and conflict. And technically everything.
Well, when you say Star
Violence
Wars,
and
like A War Among the Stars, I specifically think of like big old Venator class ships.
Episode 3
other
opening.
ships. Yeah.
or Rogue One.
Even episode 4 opening, that's A War Amongst the Stars going on. Yeah.
It's the back half of a war.
Yeah, so it is just a little weird that Tron's not in this movie. But I guess it's just the brand name at this point.
Yeah. He
Tron,
fights for the franchise.
Tron is nowhere near the heart
franchise.
of these stories. It should be called like Flynn or something instead of Tron. But Flynn is not
lives.
as cool. I guess Flynn's not as cool.
Leto lives.
Leto lives.
Leto lives. So yeah, okay. Now,
Okay.
what were you saying?
It's not really a grievance as much as it's like a thing that they don't really explain away, which is even though the soldiers he makes only last 29 minutes, how is that still not incredibly valuable? Unless like the power it creates, it requires to generate them, like find me an army who won't just pay to use 10,000 disposable soldiers that, yeah, sure, they may like disintegrate after 29 minutes, but you could literally like send them in to do whatever and not worry about them dying. I don't see how that's not valuable. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. And also cleanup. Like, you don't have to be concerned with them coming back and getting all that logistically figured out. They just fulfill
dissolve.
mission and then de-res.
And like, I would be like, if I were the Dillingers, I would be focusing hardcore on making the little printer things more portable.
Yeah.
They have that gun that sucks you in, but does it shoot you out? Like, we don't know. But clearly you could make that more portable. You could put that in a big old van. Imagine a big old semi, and you just have 10 million soldiers flooding out of it. That'd be pretty sick. So anyways.
With the horn that goes.
Anyways, that's one thing that I kept thinking about in the movie is like, dude, I would still pay $10 billion for printable soldiers if I was the government.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, so you can definitely tell technology is continuing to grow and grow.
Yeah.
In this universe, and yeah, it's a movie that I think a lot of people. I don't know about the cultural situation surrounding Tron Ares. I don't know if it was really like super anticipated. Like, I think it has its fans, but it wasn't like, a Marvel movie excitement type thing. I'm glad the movie exists, and I'm glad the franchise exists, and I think it's a franchise that has so much potential to do like great things.
Yeah.
So, I think I was like pretty excited. I'm not saying it was my top anticipated movie ever, but I think a lot of people kind of felt the same way. Like, oh yeah, it looks pretty good. And it came out and it kind of got mediocre.
Well, it has really good audience score versus critic score, but that's like every Tron movie. If you look at
IMDb
82 and
has
Legacy.
it at 6.7, and Metascore has a 48, which is pretty similar, not quite as good as Tron Legacy had. So, but the box office, it's so far made $105 million worldwide, had a budget of $180 million. So this is going to lose Disney some money.
Tron Legacy actually ended up making money despite a weak performance.
Yeah.
Or it ended up breaking even maybe or something.
Yeah, so this movie is probably not going to do as well as Tron Legacy at the box office.
But that's just the story of the Tron franchise.
But I mean, it had a big $180 million budget, and I just don't.
Was it 180 or was it 200 something?
This one was 180.
And Legacy was 170 or something?
Yeah. So, I mean, again, the classic case of Disney just given too big of a budget.
But that's not even huge for...
I mean, it's kind of big for Tron, I think.
Big for Tron, but is it big for Disney?
It's really. Not big for like a Marvel movie, but it's big for Tron.
But when we think about how much money Disney puts into movies, this is relatively on the lower end of what they'll spend.
Well, it depends on what kind of movie they're making. I
mean, does Disney make movies under $100 million anymore? You know what I mean?
Probably not that many. I mean, it might, like if it's like a Disney Plus thing or
that's
smaller movie. But yeah, I mean, Disney movies, I think they think they're events when they come out, so they put a lot of money, especially like the animated stuff. I mean, animated movies are 200 million easy. You got to drop on those just because the amount of time and technology and labor it takes to do those things. You can't just set up a light and a camera and a microphone. You've got to like animate everything, but this is like, I think $180 million maybe is kind of what it takes. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've seen better movies that look just as good made for like, I mean, The Creator comes to mind in terms of like visually, it looks probably just as good as Tron. Maybe it didn't demand as much like visual effect shots as Tron Ares did, but it was made for $100 million less. I feel like Disney could have probably done a little bit. They probably could have lowered the budget here. Maybe the marketing wasn't as great, but I don't think that there's as big of a fan base for Tron as they think there is.
I think Tron is actually really niche.
Yeah.
Relative to other really popular properties.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with a friend. He's the one who kind of mentioned it. Shout out to Nathan, by the way. Nathan. Where it's like the sci-fi section that Tron occupies is just a very small amount of people that actually love it. And outside of that, most people couldn't care less about it. And I think we see that every time one of these movies comes out, because then it doesn't make as much money or loses money. And that's why there's a 20-year gap almost between each film.
Yeah.
So, well, even longer between 82 and Legacy, I think. But
I wonder how much money it's going to make off of merchandise, because there's probably about 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 or 5 vehicles that are instantly toys. Couple characters that are instantly
the discs,
toys.
you get the triangle disc, you get the circle disc.
Yeah, they're little light staffs.
Maybe. I mean, it's hard to say if you add all that stuff in how much it's going to make, but I mean, it's still only been in theaters for 3 weeks. It's going to make a little bit more, but might not even meet its budget. So again, I think this is going to be a loss for Disney, which. They clearly did set up a sequel, and we can talk about that later if we want. But I think just from a marketing point of view, I don't know if they did the best. I don't think they had the best vision for this movie, what they wanted. And I don't mean that as a criticism against the film itself in a vacuum. What I mean is the characters they have are new characters that have not been in Tron before, and they're the lead ones. Jeff Bridges is barely in this movie, and he's clearly the best actor ever in the Tron series. And then you have Greta Lee and Evan Peters come in, which I think in the movie they do a good job. I don't have my criticism isn't necessarily they're bad characters or not good actors, but I mean the choice to not have Sam Flynn and Cora in this. I mean, they're technically kind of they're alluded to, and you see some photos, and they're referenced a handful of times, but
they're in the exposition dump intro.
Yeah, and it's clearly setting them up to appear in the third movie. I just think it's if you wanted to bring people back to this, you'd probably want to bring the characters back. I think that makes sense because I don't think their stories were necessarily complete.
Yeah.
And I think their characters would have worked really, really well in this movie.
Yeah.
I
think they would have been perfect for this movie.
Cora
the setting of it. The decision to leave the grid behind a little bit more and focus on the grid coming to Earth. Who better to be the characters? Because I don't think that Sam, Flynn, or Cora had neatly wrapped characters that didn't need to come back. Whereas compare it to I don't know Luke, Han, and Leia, their characters were pretty much done at the end of episode 6. So when they brought them back, it felt just they had to do something with them. So it's not that kind of situation. It's I feel there's more story to tell, and they didn't really bring him back. So to me, I think that affects the marketing of the movie because you're like, oh, well, I don't know who these characters are. This is different. This is like, is this a spinoff? What is this? Mm-hmm. Whereas like if they hyped it up as, oh, this is like a sequel with continuing these stories, I think maybe that could have helped them.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even think, especially like Olivia Wilde, I think, I mean, she maybe is not as big of a star as she used to be, but I still think she could sell probably more tickets than, you know, Greta Lee could. No disrespect to Greta Lee. Yeah. She's a great actress. If you've ever seen Past Lives, you know what I'm talking about. But
I think I agree with you. I think that like a lot of elements of Ares' character would fit perfectly with Korra. Now, not the exact story, because obviously it's their origin and everything's a little bit different, but like the building blocks of what you want out of Ares, which is like this guy who's like not coming into the real world, not really understanding things about it and all this other stuff. Mm. I think a lot of those elements work really well for Korra's character.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen Korra and Ares interact in the movie. Like I would have thought that would have been an interesting foil. Like they would have foiled each other. I think that would have been really
make Ares more of a villain in the first.
And that would have helped her movie out tremendously in terms of like themes and, you know, like what the movie's trying to say, more than just like cool visuals and a cool score.
Yeah.
And bringing Sam back, like, how is Sam not in this? You know, like
I know
he's like all of this stuff going on with Incom, which is his, like, he sells it off to, like, sure, if you want to pass off the company, but it feels weird that it feels like the movie is missing it. Like,
yeah.
If that makes sense. And that was probably like my biggest gripe with the movie as a whole, was the decision not to bring back the characters, which feels weird because I typically am a guy that's like, I like original things. I don't think we have to bring legacy characters back all the time. So that's how I normally feel. But in this case, with the story that they were trying to sell and the premise that they were trying to sell or tell, not sell, I feel it just felt wrong with them not in it, because it felt like that was their story. That would have been a perfect fit for those characters to be in.
Yeah, the real legacy characters bring it back.
And even like having Julian Dillinger as an antagonist, his family's beef is with the Flynns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because it's his grandfather that's the antagonist, or one of the antagonists in Tron 1982, which, you know, that both their families are kind of like hate each other.
Yeah.
Not like, maybe the Flynns don't really hate the Dillingers, but the Dillingers probably definitely hate the Flynns for stealing income from them, quote unquote. They kind of deserved it, but you don't have that because the Flynns are not there. Obviously, Kevin's dead, and Sam is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. And
again, like you said, I mean, I think Eve Kim's character is really good in the movie, or pretty good in the movie, but she has no reason to like have anything against the Dillingers other than company business stuff. Yeah. Whereas with Sam Flynn, he's like, your grandfather stole my father's work and got him to lose his job at the company, you know, way back in the 80s, but that happened. And this, that, and the third. And then I guess it would be Julian Dillinger's uncle, who we saw in Tron Legacy, who played by Cillian Murphy, because he's the son of Ed Dillinger. Right? So that would have been his uncle. So like, and then you besmirch his father's. Like to me, there's a lot of personal like motivation there for Sam that we just don't get to.
And that helps like take Tron to the next generation of storytelling.
Yeah.
Without having to recycle legacy characters. Like if you want to move on from Jeff Bridges, like great. The dude's in his 80s. He probably wants to retire, or 70s. I don't know how old he is. But yeah, it's just like, let's pass it on. We already passed it on, and we can use Sam Flynn. Garrett Hedlund, I know he doesn't have a lot of work lined up probably right now. No offense to Garrett Hedlund. I think he's a good actor. You know, it just feels weird. Like Greta Lee, I like, and I think they could have probably had her character in here somehow as like a friend or partner, or, you know.
Well, maybe she is the CEO of Incom still. It's just Sam is still involved.
It feels missing, right?
Yeah.
And I feel, that was one of my two biggest gripes with the movie, I think. And the second one for me personally was, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this, is the very little amount of time we spend in the grid in the movie. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's just, I don't know. I feel like there's like one or two scenes. There's one scene at the beginning where you see Ares kind of hacking into Incom, mm-hmm. which is a pretty cool scene.
Yeah. Which I liked how the Incom grid evolved and it was daylight, because I'm assuming like this is an evolution of the grid we see in Tron Legacy, but now there's like clear evidence there's a light source that makes it look like daytime in the grid, which I thought was really cool.
I think they did some pretty cool thing, like you said with that. Overall, though, I still think the setting in that felt like a little empty. I don't know. Like, I get it. It's a computerscape or whatever. Like, what are you going to do with it?
We only saw one part of it, too.
Yeah.
It looks like it's this massive city, but they're only at, like, the very top of this little pyramid.
Yeah.
Thing.
It just didn't seem as, like, lived in, I guess, as the grid from Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the grid. Eve Kim goes to the grid for, like, one scene with Ares, which is a pretty cool scene. I mean,
the Dillinger grid.
It wasn't like my favorite scene in the movie. I was hoping they would have done more with it.
They were kind of building it up to seem like there was going to be more happening.
But the whole point of that scene is like they gotta leave the grid as soon as possible. The way they set it up. So it's like, well, no, we just got here. Like, we want to be here.
Yeah.
This is like what Tron is known for, and we're trying to leave so we can show the cool Earth stuff, which I think there is a lot of really great scenes. There's one scene in particular that is an amazing scene. I think the motorcycle chase sequence between Ares and Eve Kim, I think it's a really well directed scene.
With Athena as well. That one.
Yeah, I think it's the chase. Yeah, it's a really, really well done chase scene. I think that's the scene right before.
Yeah, right before she gets kidnapped.
They go in the grid because the helicopter guy shoots the grid gun. I don't know what to call it.
The gridderizer.
The particle something.
They call it a particle gun or whatever, but I call it the gridderizer.
The gridderizer. So anyway, that scene, I think that scene was aided by I think it was well written. I don't know. You don't really think.
Well paced chase.
I don't know. Like, writing an action scene, like not the dialogue, but just like what happens in an action scene or like a chase scene.
The screenplay.
Yeah, I think that was it was definitely probably the best scene, I think, in the movie that I can think of off the top of my head. But anyway, what do you guys think about the grid inclusion?
Well, the motorcycle chase, the light cycle chase, it felt creative in a way, because I feel it can start to feel a bit redundant if you're having two cycles chase another cycle at nighttime through a city. But the way they presented it, like showing how Eve Kim is trying to throw off the two characters, Ares and Athena, but then showing how Ares and Athena like counteracts that with their calculating and their path, calculating, I guess, with... I think that was a fun way to show it. But yeah, I guess with the grid, it was fun seeing like the Dillinger grid and the Incom grid.
We can't forget the original 1982 grid.
Oh yeah. And that was really cool too. That was a surprise. I didn't know they were I don't know if they kept it as a secret for marketing, but the fact that they went into the original grid from the original Tron movie, I thought was kind of a fun nod. Like, I'm kind of mixed on how many callbacks they have in this movie, but I also understand that they are in a fictional world where a lot of this is already established. So I'm thinking, if you're going to be in a world where, grids are going on and people are working at Incom, like, there is a connection still. But there did seem to be a lot of callbacks. But with the original grid, I thought that was interesting because it was really accurate to the original grid, but it's almost like they just polished it in terms of visual effects.
Yeah.
Like the way the light cycle moved, the way the animations felt, it was all very reminiscent of the original Tron. but just with a slight polish. And if you notice, even with Tron, even with Ares in the grid, the way his skin and his suit looked almost compressed and fuzzy and
desaturated.
Yeah, desaturated. Like the way it looked was really cool because that's how they looked in the original. And I'm wondering if that's just a product of the technology at the time, or if they were trying to go for a certain style of, hey, these how these characters look in the grid. But either way, I thought they really nailed that on the head in terms of getting the visuals right for the original grid, but basically giving it enough of a polish to look appropriate for a 2025 movie. So I thought that was cool.
Now I'll ask you this, Asher, because you're better at this. You have a better eye than I do. Do you think that the grid and Tron Ares looked, like you mentioned, polished? Like I had a thought come to mind where it did seem like really polished, but I felt like it was almost like too clean in a way to where like, in Legacy, that I think the city they had a lot of like, I don't know. I think they did a good job of avoiding making it just look bland. Like, it had the blue lights and mixed against the darkness, but I feel like they added like maybe some haze or some like some different effects that made it look like grittier or like, I don't know, gave it like more character to it. Yeah. Where I feel like in Ares, it looked really impressive, and I could tell they did a great job, but it felt like it didn't have the same kind of life to it, an edge to it, I guess, which I think is part of what made Legacy a standout in terms of its visual design, I think.
You mind if I comment on that really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You both, yeah.
So I think one thing, maybe this is just me making an excuse for the movie, or this is super intentional, but Flynn's grid from Legacy was built with the intention of not it being like some sort of program or to run anything, but it was built to be like a utopia. That was his goal with it.
Yeah.
The Dillinger grid we see in the movie of Tron Ares is literally meant to just run their computers.
Yeah.
And he has an artificial intelligence in there. That could, like, for me, that explains like why it's very different. Why the Dillinger grid looks like it's built to serve one purpose, kind of one function. It's just like, oh, there's a security tower. There's some other stuff going on in there. It looks like it's all related to just running Dillinger systems.
That's a good point.
Whereas the Legacy grid or the grid in Tron Legacy was built, one, by probably the best programmer in the universe, Kevin Flynn, and two, with a different purpose. You know? Yeah. So I don't know if they're communicating that to me intentionally. Like, I don't know if the director's saying that with this, or it's more like, hey, we only need this here to do one thing, like quite literally.
Yeah.
As for so
yeah, I can see that argument. Yeah. Because I mean, it's still like, I maintain it looked really good. Yeah. You know, it looked like it had a different feeling.
Yeah. It does
aesthetically.
Sorry.
Go for it.
It does look cleaner than Tron Legacy. Like, I feel like Tron Legacy's grid, and it ties back into what you're saying, has more of this tangible aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think the other thing too that weighs into like what you're feeling, Wesley, is that we don't spend a lot of time in the grid other than in the command tower or wherever Ares.
Like the one room.
Yeah. And outside of that, he like smashes through the glass floor. Then they pretty much hop on a speeder right away. And then they're just speeding through. And so you don't really get to like experience a lot. I will say some standouts though. The water, I guess if you want to call it water, like as they were speeding, Eve Kim wanted to touch the water and the splashes. The cubed, glassy looking technological water was really good.
Oh yeah.
It was so cool.
It looked amazing.
And then also when they were falling, I thought that was a fun sequence. Just, it wasn't the longest sequence, but just them falling, I thought was really fun. But yeah, I would say the grids felt cleaner. And I think it does just go back to what you were saying, Wesley and Jason, about like the purpose of the grids and why they were built. Yeah. And even the NCOM grid too, like that was built for a similar purpose as well. Like that is their operating hub as well.
Yeah, because I mean, it looked really good. Like, I mean, the way they integrated the actors into it, it didn't feel like they were just standing in front of a blue screen. I think they did a good job of integrating. Yeah, it just, I guess they were going for two different kind of feels. And, well, I guess three if you count the first movie.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I guess you technically go in the grid for a third time because Ares gets sent back to the grid and meets Jeff Bridges, which is the fan service nostalgia for all the old people who like the first movie.
Or people who like Legacy too.
Oh, true. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but just with the art design of bringing back the old speeders. I like how they explained away, oh, yeah, that was just an old server with older technology, and it wasn't just, oh, we're just supposed to expect that, like, everybody pretends it looks like it did in Legacy as it did in the first Tron. It's like, no, these are different servers.
Yeah.
These are, older
it's a creative way of doing it.
And just seeing Jared Leto integrated in that, and like I think he like didn't have color in his face anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think that was a well-designed area. From a storytelling perspective, it felt a little bit like forced in there, but
yeah.
Why? I mean, that's where Eve Kim found the code originally.
They did find the permanence code.
And so the logical next step, if he wants it, is like, well, you go in there and you go get it.
Yeah.
So how does...
I mean, it made sense in the story. You're right.
But how does Kevin Flynn exist in that? Because...
They don't really explain it.
I didn't and why does he look older? Like, is this human version that we saw die at the Legacy?
No, this isn't the one we see in Legacy. This is... whatever version of him is left over from way back in 1982. See, because this is the 82, like this is the grid we see in 1982 in that movie. It's the same one. If you've seen it, which I don't think you have, when Ares goes through the little break in the grid on the light bike, on the light cycle, that was created in the first movie. Like they blew that up to escape.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun little...
So this is the original grid
piece. And
the only explanation we get from Kevin Flynn is like, I'm here because you're here. And
I was like, what?
And they leave it at that. They leave it intentionally vague. So, so like realistically, there's no way, because we know Kevin Flynn left. And we know it's not a version of Clue because all the clues in the first movie died.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
I guess you can chalk it up to a remnant of Kevin Flynn's existence trapped in the computer.
Yeah.
I guess. That only exists when someone else enters, I guess. I don't know. Why are you thinking about it too hard?
So yeah, I mean, you get to see that. I wish they would have went back to the Kevin or the second one, the grid,
the Legacy grid,
the actual cool,
the coolest grid. The objectively coolest grid was the Legacy grid.
It's just Ares reliving the Legacy moments. Like he's put in the Disc Wars battle, and then you have Sam Flynn across from him saying, "I have a 3-inch version of you on my shelf," and Ares is like, "I don't know you."
Well, but he does know him. He does.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Ares lets computer data fly around him, and then he downloads it.
Yeah. So to answer your original question,
I forgot what my original question was.
Which was, how do we feel about less grid in general?
Oh yeah.
In a vacuum, in the movie by itself, I really don't mind it at all. As a fan of the series, who's like the whole point of these movies, not the whole point, but a big part of these movies is the funky looking computer worlds. I do miss it a little bit.
Yeah.
I do miss out. But I'm not like, oh no. I mean, you're 3 movies in. Yeah. It makes sense you want to do something different. It's like, oh, we're in the third grid now. We're going to do third grid things. All that stuff, Clue and the Rebellion and all that, forget about it. Which I guess this movie does anyways, but
third grid problems.
We have Clue 3 or 4 or whatever this time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it. They wanted to do something different, bring it to the real world. It felt like that was kind of the natural progression of the story. which is fine. But it didn't feel as much like Tron, and it didn't feel... It felt a little empty, without Sam Flynn and Cora there. It felt like it was lacking what would have made the story better.
Yeah, and I feel like they got written off. Like, I would have preferred them to be in it as well, but if they're not going to be in it, I feel like they deserve a better writing off, because I feel in the beginning they just explain, oh, Sam stepped away for personal reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's all we're going to get. Like, we need to treat these characters with a higher respect, and if they're not going to be in it, have a more creative way to write them out of the story.
Yeah.
You know?
I would have accepted that Sam Flynn disappears just like his father.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, where he's in the grid. He decided to go back or something.
Ooh.
That would have been
I would have liked to see a Sam Flynn fight against Ares. I think that would have been cool.
Yeah.
What if we had a Sam
or Tron come back because that would be cool too. But
what if we had a Sam Clue?
See, this is one of those things where I want them to dangle the keys of fan service in front of me, because I feel like that makes a lot more sense than in this particular movie. It would have made a lot of sense to like bring everybody back.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it almost feels like this is the first movie of a new trilogy they're trying to do.
Which I think that's exactly what it is.
Well, I guess, but it's like it still feels weird. Yeah.
I get it.
No, I get you. I get you.
If you're going to do a new trilogy and you're going to... Clearly, it looks like they were going to bring Sam and Cora back.
Yeah.
Why not just do it in the first film? Because the rest... We're not going to get another Tron again. Disney said as much. So...
We're not getting another Tron?
I'm pretty sure... Okay, maybe I'm lying, but...
Did they totally not set up a sequel?
Well, they did, but I think Disney...
Well, if they
Disney
lose
execs
money.
have said hey, we're not... It's done.
Can they just stop?
Or they could just be like, hey, you can make this for $80 million instead of $180 million.
They should be like, this is your passion project. Go wild.
Anyway.
Disney doesn't need to make money. Believe it or not, Disney can afford to lose money, guys.
Yeah, and they could also make money off of these movies if they gave them reasonable budgets.
Fun fact, you don't have to lose money.
I really, really believe they don't need to spend $180 million on Tron Ares. I genuinely believe they did not need to spend that much money. But hey, whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not in the film industry. I could be full of garbage. Who knows? I probably am. But
You're full of organs and water, sir.
maybe full of organs. Maybe it takes that much money to do all the visual effects and stuff. Maybe it does nowadays.
And maybe it might be due to also how much money certain actors are being paid as well. Like I'm wondering how much Jeff Bridges costed, I guess, to bring him back for.
Jared Leto ain't cheap. I mean,
Breakfast Burrito Guy probably was reasonably priced.
Oh yeah, supporting character.
He was kind of funny. That first joke I thought was like, the breakfast burrito joke. I was like, whatever. I was like, oh, this is going to be one of the. But the rest of his lines were like really funny.
They just needed somebody to be funny in the movie, so that they wrote his character.
Honestly, the funniest thing did not come from him for me. It was when Eve Kim went into the gas station to get a burner phone, and Ares pulls up in the like Honda Civic, and he's giving like all the stats of the Civic. And he's like, classic, but he says it with like such a stern voice, like he's not trying to be funny. He's just like, this is a classic, but it comes off so funny.
Yeah.
And then they just peel out with the cashier
car
running after him. That's my car.
Yeah, he kind of had
I'll
that.
give you $10,000.
He kind of had that stoic like delivery of his humorous lines that was funny. Yeah, Jared Leto. I think Jared Leto did a good job, and we can actually start talking about these characters specifically.
Please. I am so ready to talk about Ares.
So I guess the main character. I mean, we can talk about Ares first.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like the leading role, but he's definitely like.
His name's on the movie.
He should be.
Well, I guess Tron's also.
Yeah, I was like, in this universe, that doesn't matter.
The next movie is going to be Tron, Kevin, Sam, Ares, Greta,
and none of them.
It's just 30 minutes of Bob Iger showing up on screen like, so you thought you were getting a movie with Tron, huh?
Star Wars. You thought you were getting Star Wars? Well, this is just
This is
wrong.
No,
Stars.
this is light cycling.
Now this. That's a stupid joke. Now this is light cycling.
So Tron, or not Tron, what's his name?
Ares.
Ares is created by Dillinger to be the ultimate weapon, or what is it? The master control. He's a superior soldier that's totally expendable, mindless, brainless. You create him on demand, sell him off to the U.S. government, probably sell some to the Chinese because they got a lot of money. Whoever wants them, sell them off, make a lot of money, change the world. And that way...
Change the world.
So he's created kind of as like the head honcho of all of his
Goons.
fighting programs. Because in the Tron world, you don't only create computer programs, you create computer programs that know how to do like kung fu and stuff.
Lung flu.
And they fight kung fu against other computer programs that fight kung fu.
At a slightly worse kung fu.
Is it the most practical thing ever? No. Is it really cool? Yes, it is. So, anyway.
And then they slow it down.
And they also
They
have cool
fight in slow
motorcycles and ships. Yes.
Blades.
So
Everybody comes with a blade. Imagine you were born with a blade that like spins and comes back to you when you throw it. It'd be cool.
like a boomerang, but
Like
it's a blade.
Like an identity
A
disc.
boomer blade.
A boomer blade.
Booming blade, the cantrip from Baldur's Gate 3.
Or just, yeah, sure. Anyway, he is, I'm just going to keep moving on with that. Or just forget that ever happened. I love you, Jason.
Does he?
I do. You're my good friend. You're a good friend of mine. Even when you say random things like that. So, geez, now I forgot what I was saying.
We're talking about Ares.
Yeah, Ares is assigned to take down Eve Kim because she has the permanence code. And she has a physical copy of it, which she ends up actually breaking the physical copy to protect it rather than give it to the bad guy. But then they realize, well, you still have it in your brain, so we can like do science things and extract it from your memories or something if you go to the grid. So anyway, he's sent there to do that, but then he realizes, oh wait, Eve Kim is actually
Like a real person.
like he's able to examine
feelings.
people's intentions.
Yeah.
And look at things objectively. He's not, so he ends up disobeying his order from Evan Peters, Julian Dillinger, and then teams up with Eve Kim because they have their goals aligned. Because he wants the permanence code because he just wants to like be free, right? He wants to be. He doesn't want to delete every 29 minutes.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to give the permanence code to Dillinger, so they kind of team up together to stop Dillinger, and end up becoming buddies throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as a character, yeah, that's kind of his arc, right? Just of self-awareness. He picks up pretty quickly on, like, the situation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't think, like, he has to be some advanced, complicated character. I think he was a cool and interesting character in the movie. And I liked what they did with him.
If I died like 1,000 times and every time I woke up in this depressing, red-lit, awful place,
Square cube office.
I think I'd want to leave too. And then if you get to go outside every now and then and you're like, hey, this place looks beautiful, not depressing. There's water and stuff and rain, not cubed water.
Fireflies.
There's fireflies. I too would want to disobey my directive and escape. But that's just me.
He just wanted to be free, So, yeah, I think he makes for a good... I guess he's like the neutron now.
Guess so.
Ares is the neutron.
The neutron? Like
No, not like
The Jimmy Neutron?
The new space Tron.
I just wish there was more of him. Like, I honestly feel he was sidelined with Eve Kim's character. Like, honestly, I think there should have been a lot more screen time and story time for Ares. I feel his beginning arc is a little like rushed in the montage, because basically we're led to believe he's being trained over and over again how to survive, how to fight, and that's how he's now the super soldier. And then we just see him next already like tapping onto things. And I think it would have been more fun to see him actually fulfilling like some Dillinger roles, like go do some bad guy stuff and then start to feel the repercussions of that and then start to transform and develop your own ethics and your own, moral thinking. That would have been a lot more interesting to me.
Yeah, because I feel like they figure out like Eve has the code like really quickly. And it feels like that. Just she was trying to hide it. She has it. Oh, they figure it out. Yeah. So yeah, I can see what you're saying. He kind of does turn to the good side pretty quick, but at least we get to see him beat people up with his fist and with his triangle. He doesn't have a sphere. He has a triangle.
Yeah, triangle disc.
So he beats people up in hand-to-hand combat. He beats people up on a motorcycle. Beats people up in a souped-up car. Mm-hmm. And then he flies the thing in the grid, the ship or the jet ski, whatever that is.
Flies, huh?
And then he does hand-to-hand combat again. So he does it all. He touches every little.
Did he feel like a super soldier sequence. Though? Like they built him up to be a super soldier. Did it really feel like he carried out that role? Like the scenes they gave him, does it feel like he was really?
I feel like a regular person is not beating him. Unless they have, believe it or not, people carry guns.
He didn't feel.
He doesn't have one.
He didn't feel menacing until he felt menacing, like and scary during the motorcycle chase scene. Just like the relentless, like coming after Eve without like, it felt like the Terminator kind of. Yeah. But then after that, he's like, oh, he's a good guy now, so he's not scary anymore. His kind of allure went away.
Even when he was chasing Eve Kim, though, I still felt like I still knew his intentions were already like leaning towards good. And so that could have been a good moment to where he doesn't start developing more of this idea of doing something different, doing something good until he interacts with Eve and having a more sinister demeanor before that.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I just think, I don't know, he's never really a bad guy at all in the movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's true.
There's a moment where you're like, okay, at the beginning, what side is he going to be on? But then, pretty quickly.
Like, really? Because, like, the moment he gets up, he's, like, kind of already asking questions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he's, like, learning. But also, it's, like, one of those things where it's, like, an artificial intelligence as advanced as Ares is supposed to be can learn things instantly. And if he somehow develops a conscience, well, then, I don't know, unless he, like, has zero capacity for empathy, right? Why wouldn't he immediately be a decent person? Yeah. You know what I mean?
There wasn't like any conflict between him and Eve really after they agreed to team up. I feel like they still kind of had differing goals that just temporarily would have aligned.
Look, maybe
so
he's
there
like
was no conflict there really.
More selfish, but I kind of just want to like not die, and I want to live in the real world. That's all I want. And like, that's a selfish goal, but also it's not like the most selfish thing in the world either, because it's not like him wanting to live takes something away from Eve necessarily. You know what I mean? He can do that for free.
Yeah.
Or without like taking from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So even though it's a selfish goal, it's not really like that selfish. It's just more like, hey, like, can you do me this big favor, please?
Can have the permanence code.
Yeah, me personally, I don't think and I really like Ares. I like his character. I like his, like, if you can call it an arc, I like his place in the story. But I also don't think he was ever really an antagonist, like, at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think I liked him overall.
I liked him. I really like Eve Kim. Again, if Tron Legacy doesn't exist and it was literally just 1982 in this movie, some of my like problems, it's not even problems with the movie, just some of the things I would want just wouldn't exist. You know what I mean? there would be no legacy to compare it to or characters to miss out on.
Yeah. I think Jared Leto does good as Ares.
Yeah, him and Greta Lee.
I think it was good casting, and I know Jared Leto gets a lot of crap, but I think he's a decent actor. You know, he's fine in this one.
Gave a good performance.
I think this was a good one for his public image in this movie. So
yeah, but I just think, like, again, in a vacuum, I think this movie, it does a lot of what I would want it to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And with Eve's character, she's more, I mean, she doesn't have a whole lot. I mean, the only like emotional bit she has is like the past with her sister who passed away.
Mm-hmm. Obligatory dead relative.
With cancer or something. So, but I don't really, I mean, I guess that ties in a little bit with her motivation to find the permanence code.
That's what her sister was working on before she died.
Yeah. But to me, I felt like, I don't know. The permanence code was kind of a MacGuffin, and it was like, and it just, sure. I feel like her character like had some to it, and I think she was a likable character. I think she had a likable personality, but there's really not a whole lot of character to her other than you're rooting for her to win. And she's a good actress, does a good job. Yeah, I was hoping that she would have been like in the grid more, doing grid stuff. Mm-hmm. But as soon as she gets there, you know, because like, it looked cool. She had her white suit on.
Yeah,
I was like, wow. So now we're getting to the good part, and then they leave immediately. I'm like,
no.
But yeah, I mean, as a character, I guess she's fine. I actually think that her counterpart, Julian Dillinger, is a little more interesting.
Yeah,
he's a lot more fun.
I think. I mean, Evan Peters has always been a character actor. You know, he's always done the American Horror Story. He's done the Quicksilver. He was Jeffrey Dahmer in the Monster Show or whatever. So he's always done like weird characters. And this one, so he's like, I think he makes for a good villain, especially a nerdy villain who like creates a lot of technology.
It's like he's like a nerdy, punky villain.
Yeah,
like
and
tattoos.
And you kind of see him gradually progress to more and more evil throughout the movie. At first, he's kind of like, I just want to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I want to kill.
And then he kind of gravitates into.
That was a good moment.
He sees like the product of his obsession with like this working out, like this permanence code. You could see how that kind of ties in with his desire to be accepted by his family, and then his desire to please his mom, and then his mom ends up like dying, and it's his fault. And you know, he kind of like I don't know, you can just see it's a pretty good progression of like his downfall, and then he ends up becoming at the very end, like I think he
becomes Sark.
He merges with the grid or something. I forget exactly what happens.
So his grandfather, or one of the programs his grandfather made back in the first movie, it's called Sark. I don't even know if his grandfather really made it, but Sark was like the servant to the original Master Control program, and he wore that same outfit that we see Julian manifest. Yeah. So it looks like he's becoming enslaved to the grid, like his great grandfather was, even though his great grandfather was never even actually. But that's the parallel there.
So he becomes the ultimate grid boss. So hopefully that means we're going back to the grid. And Tron 4, if it ever happens.
Well, he's not becoming the boss. He's becoming the servant to the boss.
Or he's like the he's like the evil boss. Like in a video game, you beat the boss. Like that's him.
He's the guy who's always he's the kid in middle school who's always with the bully, and he's saying whatever the bully says. He's like, yeah, weirdo.
But not because he likes doing that, but because like he knows if he doesn't, he'll be turned into a million cubes. So
no, I liked Julian's. I like Julian's downfall. Like a lot of it felt pretty reasonable for character motivations, especially like when his mom died and the police were coming to get him. He's just in his ruins, essentially. Like that's where we find the character, and
he radicalizes.
And with where he's at just mentally and with his motivations, it made sense for him to go into the grid because that meant he could get away from that stuff. And like when he went over to the computer, I knew what he was going to do. I was like, yeah, this character is going there.
He's going to get digitized.
Yeah. So I think he's definitely one of the better characters in the whole franchise, honestly. It's a franchise more built on the vibes than it is built on the characters. So it was nice to see like one of the human characters in the movie be like really compelling, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So tragic, of course, but compelling. And I think like, again, Eve, not as trajectory based of a character, more of a flat character, but I mean entertaining enough and likable enough, right? And Ares, again, having a decent trajectory but also being likable and cool. So I mean the characters in this movie are fine, and I'm excited to see where they go with them. But I kind of felt like that in Tron Legacy, and I'm still feeling like that. Like, where are they gonna go with the characters? I don't know. They kind of wrapped up Jeff Bridges, but other than that, so we'll see. There is also the bad girl,
Athena.
Do we have to talk about her? Yes, we do.
Yes. If you don't
Believe
want,
it or not,
if you
we
really
have to
don't
talk
want to.
about
No, yeah.
all aspects of the movie that we can bother to remember.
She's like what Jared Leto was supposed to be, like, or Ares was supposed to be, the one that obeys the commands at all costs. But she actually kind of really resembles Clue a lot from Tron Legacy of like, build the perfect Am I supposed to build the perfect program?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically what she is, except she doesn't say yeah, or no, she doesn't say it.
Ares doesn't go, yeah.
Evan Peters tells her to like acquire the permanence code at all costs.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'll do that. And that includes like even overthrowing Julian Dillinger's plans. So yeah, I mean, it's basically the exact same thing as Clue. Now that I think about it, but you know, she makes for an interesting sub villain. That's like, you know, she doesn't need to have like a deep character or whatever. She can just she can just be kind of bad guy to beat. You know,
if only she was just way more threatening.
Yeah, I don't think like, I don't know if it's a casting decision, if it or what.
I think it's the writing. I just think they didn't write her, like I mentioned, and like Zion. Shout out to Zion. He's the one who said it to us first.
Yeah,
she needs to be more like a Terminator, and she's not.
Yeah, I feel like she is kind of like the bad. She's kind of like a Dr. Doofenshmirtz from like. She always has like a plan and it always gets foiled every time. You know, it's like
so,
and she's not that smart. Like yeah, Eve Kim was running away from her, and she was crawling under ping pong machines, and pinball machines, and literally we see Athena earlier in the movie calculating her path to get to Eve Kim the quickest on her light cycle, but she can't walk around the pinball machines to get to where Eve is going to crawl out of. She just stands behind her and flipping them and walking behind her. I'm like, what are you doing?
Blast her with some Tron blast or something. I don't know. Do they have Tron blasters? I don't know if they do actually.
They do.
They have user be gone.
User.
They have coding actually.
No, they have guns. We've seen it in Legacy. They have guns. I don't know about.
I'd have to rewatch it. I don't remember that.
The light ships have guns on them. And then Castor, his cane for whatever reason's a gun too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well the guns do exist in Tron,
at least in Legacy.
For whatever reason, they don't give the guns to the most powerful programs that they want to have guns.
It's like Jedi. It's like wouldn't a Jedi be like way more lethal with a gun? Maybe.
That's what we need next.
That with Cal Kestis.
But nothing's cooler than a lightsaber. Exactly. Nothing's cooler than a light disc.
I guess so. It's vibes over that. But that's not even a criticism. I'm not even like...
And Master, why have I been given this weapon? It seems like I could be a lot more efficient with that blaster over there.
But this is cool. Look as cool.
You're right. Cal Kestis, who's in this movie, by the way, the actor.
Oh yeah, Cameron Monaghan
for like 15
He's
seconds.
Like also in like the cast list at the beginning too. He's like,
really?
You know how it's like, here's all the people starring in the movie in the opening credits. He's in that, so you think like he's going to be a supporting character. And literally, like one shot of the movie. Maybe two shots in one.
He doesn't even have dialogue. He gets blown up.
I think his leg gets blown up or something.
No, his leg gets cut.
And
Ares
then
goes to save him, and then
you blow
Dillinger
up.
drops a bomb on them.
It's like what was that?
And he's like defective or whatever. So Dillinger's like, yeah, I deleted him permanently.
That was when Squidward, he ate too many Krabby Patties. He's like, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna blow up? He's like, no, it's gonna go to your thighs,
And then you blow up.
That's what happened with
First they're gonna get your shit.
that's what happened with that whole scene there.
And
But
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the black. I was like, Cal Kestis rectifies that.
We're talking about
this
we're
movie.
talking
going back
about
to
Athena.
Athena.
Okay, Athena. Yeah, so yeah, I just think she should be way more of a Terminator.
yeah,
Unless she's like angry and jealous of Ares, and I'm like, that doesn't really work here because we don't see their working relationship at all, besides like 2 scenes.
I don't think that she was that intimidating.
No.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what y'all were saying. Like,
Yeah.
I guess she's always like chasing after them, I guess. But you never see her like, I don't know. I feel like
You have the relentless chase without the menace. It's like
she does lead the whole army of like Tron.
it's a recognizer.
What do you call them?
The recognizer.
Flying squares with no
It's a
bottom.
recognizer.
Flying squares.
It's a recognizer.
A recognizer is what Jason.
I think so.
That shot though of her in the distance in the recognizer and them seeing her coming on the horizon,
Cool
that
shot.
it was a cool shot, but it missed its potential of being super threatening and scary. Like they just missed
on it.
They just missed the mark on how scary they could have made her, especially with the scenes of her coming to Earth mostly being at night. Like, dude, lean into the fear factor for her character.
Yeah, I agree. Like I feel like was kind of a little underwhelming as a villain.
Even with her running up so like when Eve Kim was trying to start the light cycle and Athena
Imagine
was
if she,
running up the parking garage.
Imagine
Like,
if she ran like
That was a cool scene. I did like that.
It was kind of cool, but it was also kind of laughable for me.
Well, I was gonna say, imagine if she had the same run as a T-1000 from like Terminator 2. The way, what's that actor's name? The way he ran.
Yeah.
That, like with just, it's really hard to do. I can't remember the actor's name. He's in Peacemaker as Peacemaker's dad. But
Robert Patrick, the
the way he talks about that scene is because it was really hard because he had to make it look like he's not breathing.
Which she's
had a
definitely
straight-
breathing.
Yeah. Which, like, why? But imagine if there was like no breathing sounds and she's like doesn't have an emotion on her face. All of a sudden, it's like, all of a sudden, I'm scared. I'm like, Eve, get the bike to work. Otherwise,
Yeah.
but I was like, she's like 4 levels down. You're good. You know. I just think that it's just small changes to the script or the direction there for her character, and all of a sudden, she's a lot more menacing. Because I don't think it's the performance. I think her performance is fine. Like, she's just doing what the script is demanding. And unfortunately, the script isn't demanding her. Like, it has her get distracted by the sprinklers going off, and I'm like, oh, Lord. Yeah. A real Terminator would have blasted her into the grid.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall she was like fine, but like I've seen better. You know, I don't think anybody's like watching this movie and going home and being like, you know, those characters were cool, but you know, Athena was the standout. Like, nobody's saying that. You know, nobody's saying Athena was the standout of this movie.
She could have been, not maybe the standout, but just
I will say though, I did like the scene where she was running up the parking garage. I thought that was pretty cool. That did feel Terminator moment.
All right.
That was the moment I was like, oh dang. I was like, oh dang, she got to get out of here. But other than that, yeah.
She got to get out.
Anyway,
it was fun when Eve Kim got the light cycle to start and she was like yelling the first half as it started going faster.
Yeah, she's like
like that's a pretty good reaction, you know, to someone who we see that she's experienced with motorcycling, but at the same time, this is a machine she has never dealt with before.
She didn't say, "Now this I can do." That's she needed to say that.
Poking fun at
and
Sam.
then it goes into slow motion.
But you wanted Sam.
I wanted to see Sam in this movie. I never thought I'd say that. But
dude,
go back and say sorry to Tron. Like
we already beat that dead horse about Sam not being in it. But
yeah.
Well, can we talk about the cool visuals in the movie?
Agent Scully's in this movie.
Agent Scully? Who's that?
Who's that?
Gillian Anderson.
Who's that?
Julian Dillinger's mom. You guys haven't seen The X-Files at all?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, she was in it, I guess, but not much to talk about.
When the mom,
I just wanted to bring it up.
When the
I
mom,
like The X-Files. I just wanted to bring it up. I like The X-Files.
She's the mom who's like gonna mom you a little bit, but let you still be a
fall
menace.
on your face,
and then at the right time will give you a nice stern slap, and then.
I think for her small role, she served an important part of the story.
Yeah, she did.
Especially
in Julian Dillinger's character.
But did she have a purpose to, or not purpose, but did she have the ability to overthrow him?
Well,
she said as much, I guess.
The board was.
She said the board was
remove
reinstalling
him. I don't know if that was her, like, that was going to replace him.
That's what she says. She says the board is going to remove you and put me in charge.
Oh, really?
That's what she says. And then she gets stabbed.
Yeah, that was a really well done scene. Because I think that was the time Athena felt the most threatening to me. I was like, oh snap, she's about to kill her because she's fulfilling what she's been commanded to do at all costs.
Yeah, and I just thought about it right now, but it's a neat little parallel with where Ares met her for the first time. He was like happy to see the creator of his creator.
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing. Whereas Athena's more like, get out of my way.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Which yeah. Just a small thing.
So I think that's all the major characters. I mean, there's the one guy that's like her manager or whatever.
Her CFO or something.
Yeah, and then there's her friend that makes breakfast burritos.
Yep.
You can't forget.
I forget what he does. I don't know.
You can't forget the seemingly personal assistant of the CFO. She's
exactly.
in the movie too.
Oh yeah.
Who's also a programmer, it seems like, because she's there trying to help them hack into the Dillinger place.
Yeah. When they. Never mind. We can get to it later.
She had a squad.
They end the movie. They end the final act with a Phantom Menace kill switch, and it kind of ruins the climax for me.
Yeah, because he's like giving this speech to Athena, and then all the little drone things start falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
They pushed the turn all toys off button.
But it does make sense. I mean, they're connected to the.
It does.
It does, but it's just like the final act was cut short to me. You know, like it didn't feel like this.
It did feel a little anticlimactic.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Like, it was kind of nice not seeing the entire city get destroyed. I feel like.
Right.
I felt like that's where it was going. I was like, oh, here we go. Not again.
Yeah.
New York just can't catch a break.
This is definitely like San Francisco.
Or San Francisco can't catch a break. Anyway.
Visuals.
Oh, yeah. Visually, the movie.
It looks great.
It was really good.
Near perfect, even.
good.
Exactly what you expect from a Tron movie. You know, just cutting edge visuals.
The suits light up. There is no glowy robe. Very unfortunate.
I like seeing how one little moment I saw was, you know, those like red beams that come out of the back of the bikes or whatever.
Yeah.
Light ribbons.
All the
light ribbons, is that what they're called?
Light trails, light ribbons.
Light ribbons is lame. I don't like that. They should call it something different.
Kevin Flynn, when he's telling this story to Sam at the beginning of Tron Legacy, he says they ride on ribbons of light. They're light ribbons.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
And I think you
That's kinda
not
lame,
liking
man.
it is wrong.
Ribbons, like, what is this? Arts and crafts or something? I don't know.
It is a ribbon of light. Is that not what it is?
Yeah, but it's like cool death beam or something.
No, it's like literally like hard glass, sharp hard glass.
Well, what I was saying was I thought it was cool getting to see like different interactions with objects against it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like sometimes they're using it as a ramp or like it's not just an instant blow up ribbon. You know, sometimes you can touch it and be fine. Like Eve was touching the ribbons and was just. I thought it was like energy that would vaporize you. I thought that's what it was until this movie.
It's hard glass, apparently.
So.
But like I like how Ares uses the staff at the end of the movie to create like a little platform to jump up on.
Yeah.
And then come down on someone and like shatter them or whatever. That was a pretty cool. They do that in the fight against the Incom programs too. They like jump. Oh, I think it's Athena. She like uses it to like prop herself up to dodge something. I don't remember, but
and then Ares uses the light ribbons to basically like merge Eve Kim against the cars.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
He like kind of starts to not corner her, but like confine her with the light ribbon.
Squeeze her.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, light ribbon's a standout in this.
For sure. And the cool helicopter blow up kills with the ships where they those were cool too.
Oh, like
they're in the trailer
with
so
the fighter jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they had the Tron fighter jets that had the ribbons
Yeah.
of light.
And you
How you
about,
could like corner the plane and the wings were like
yeah, that was cool.
and then they would like go up or down and then that would
Cut the
And
wings
then
you
off.
can see those in the trailer honestly, but it's still cool.
Well, there's one that's not in the trailer with the little drones that come spinning around the second jet and slice it up. That was pretty sick.
Cool moments.
That was pretty cool.
And just
It
visually,
was a heck yeah moment.
visually, like with the way the light trails come out of the recognizer with the missiles, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Just the way they don't fly organically, like they fly
On a grid.
So it's like 90-degree turns, 45-degree turns, straight lines. So it's very
when
satisfying.
Jared Leto hits the brakes on his
Oh, and it stops.
it stops
instantly?
immediately. That was cool.
dude.
A little
That was so
flaps
cool.
raise up on his bike and then
Yes.
that was sweet. That was awesome.
Yes. And doesn't Eve Kim like fly by or something?
Yeah, because she like goes past this minivan and Jared Leto's like
He has to stop or he'll crash.
Dude,
or
that
whatever.
was
about to,
so
like vaporize
good.
a baby or something.
That
So,
was so good.
Definitely creative use of the
Vehicle.
just the different cool Tron things.
Yeah.
I don't know a better way to say it. The cool Tron things.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And like again, it looks great. Like when you get close to the light ribbons, like you can actually see they have texture on them and like light reflection. It was really cool. It almost reminded me of like Airheads.
I was gonna say I want to. I was gonna say it's like I kind of want to bite into them.
It looks like a giant like orange Airheads or red Airheads. Yeah.
That is such a good analogy.
Imagine chewing on that.
It probably does not taste like an Airhead.
Probably tastes like glass.
Did
will
Tron
break your teeth.
ever do an Airhead collaboration?
He should.
That would have been perfect for marketing.
Dude, eat this light ribbon. It'll cut your insides out.
It's Tron flavored.
What is that? What is that? What did you mean by that?
What did you?
Tron flavor.
So, yeah, those were cool. What were some other cool visual moments?
I really like I think my favorite it's a very short moment is when they lock on to Kim or Eve when they're on the light cycles and you see her on the bridge going across and then you see them come into view parallel with each other and the music like goes boom, 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 or whatever and then they get up onto that was like a really cool like shot.
Yeah.
And it gave me goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, now that was a heck yeah
Now
moment.
this is Tron.
Now this is light cycling.
So
Now
I think
this is motorcycle.
I think cinematography in general is just really good in the movie, and the way, especially lighting, and I think that's what we said with Tron Legacy as well. Really good lighting, scene to scene. I mean, framing of shots as well, especially some of the Tron, like the grid scenes. There's definitely some really stylish, vibey cinematography in it. And sorry, I feel like I'm losing my voice. But yeah, overall, I mean, yeah, just everything from the beginning scene in particular with the light reflecting off his helmet and like how they've put that in the shot. And, the motorcycle scene was really awesome. There's just a lot of really memorable moments for me as far as, the cinematography goes.
I think not to compare them, but I think I enjoyed the cinematography of Tron Legacy more. Like just with the way they had camera movement and like their choice of slow motion. Because the slow motion they used in Tron Ares felt like it kind of messed up the pacing of certain scenes because it was used mostly in action scenes, and they would just cut to a slow-mo scene in the middle of a sequence that was real time, or they would go to slow-mo for a little bit. And I feel like for me, like it messed with the pacing because it felt fast, but then they slow it down. For example, when Eve Kim and Ares are getting to the end of their light cycle sequence and they like crash through all of the garbage cubes, they went to that slow-mo shot where the camera's looking at them like busting through it, and then they go back to them flying off their cycles in fast motion or regular motion. And then there was also a shot where a plane flew overhead Eve Kim in the ending when Eve Kim was trapped in the light ribbons.
In the circle.
Yeah, and it shows her looking up at the plane as it's flying over her. And what was interesting is that shot was slow motion. Pretty much everything before and after was real time. And even when that shot was slow motion, the sound effects were still in real time, I think. So it was like an interesting blend of what I'm hearing is still real time, but then they're giving me the slow-mo shot in the middle of the rest of the sequence. So yeah, it was just like an interesting choice.
I like
of
it.
Slow-mo. That's okay.
I like it, Asher. It's got cool vibes. Yeah. But I will say that, like, I get what you're saying, but I will say I think the sound design in this movie is really, really good.
I like the sound of the discs.
It's just Tron sound. That's Legacy was the same thing, just really good, especially like how they edit it together in the scene. It's just heck yeah moments with sound. Reminded me a lot of Legacy in that way, from a technological standpoint. So
yeah. Speaking of sounds
in the movie, bro. 9 Inch Nails was cooking. Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, those fellows have done. What have they done? They did The Social Network. It's
They've
probably
done
the most
everything.
iconic.
They did The Social Network
That's
score?
probably their biggest like movie score they've done.
What?
And it's hard to follow up Daft Punk from Legacy, but this one was really good. I don't know, like, it's hard to compare right now. I need to listen to the score again, but
my early opinions is that the best parts of the Aries soundtrack hold up they're just as good, I think, as Daft Punk's. But I think Daft Punk's soundtrack all the way through is a lot more.
So it's more consistent, whereas
This
Aries is more big moments.
Well, there are tracks on the Aries soundtrack that I'm just like, all right, I don't want to listen to this.
Dude, I'm in the same boat.
But there's like 7 or 8, and there's a 23 track thing, which is more tracks than the Daft Punk soundtrack. Although there's like bonus tracks that make it maybe evens it up. But there's like 7 or 8 like tracks off of the Aries soundtrack that I'm just like, this is Tron. This defines the film. It's just as good as Daft Punk. Some of them I might even prefer over any of the Daft Punk stuff. I still think the best soundtrack of all of them is Derezed, but from Daft Punk. But Daft Punk's soundtrack, their album, I can listen to that all the way through and not really skip anything.
Dude, same.
But there are skips on the 9 Inch Nails one. Not to say that but that's more in line with like everything else, right? There are tons of soundtracks where I'm just going to skip songs.
Yeah, I think,
and Daft Punk's like a rare exception.
I do agree. The peak moments of the score in Aries really, really elevate the movie a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, for sure.
It's like one of the most like one of the scores that I can in the like recent memory that really improve the movie. There's a lot of scores that coincide with the movie that are good, that are decent, but this one I like improved the overall product. And yeah, it has a darker feel to it. It almost has like a scary like horror vibes to it sometimes, where it's like a really weighty. It's definitely different than the Daft Punk. It has the same electronic dance kind of vibe, almost not like dance, but
I would describe it as almost being more metallic, if that makes any sense. Not like metal, the genre, but metallic, the sound.
It's definitely sci-fi. It's got the sci-fi tropes in it, you know, with synthesizers and all of that. But this one felt more dark. It felt more weighty, like I mentioned earlier.
You know what this movie's missing? A club scene.
And a club scene.
A scene in a club.
Did not have a dance club in it. Yeah, and I think one thing I really liked was how the score coincided. It really matched up well with the director's choice of like editing and cinematography. Mm-hmm. Like when the camera panned to like a big moment, like the score would like be in sync with it really well. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that goes to your point of having like those big moments. And I mean, there's an argument, like some people would probably prefer the bigger, more memorable moments over maybe just like a good all the way through. But I mean, I still think that Daft Punk has big, great moments. And I'd personally, I'd have to listen to Aries all the way through again. I want to watch this movie again now that I'm talking about it.
I went to go see it in IMAX.
I really do want to see it again now. Even if it's not like the best movie ever, it's still like one that just for the score alone.
Yeah.
This is
score visuals. It's worth seeing. And
I mean, this might be the best score of the year for me right now.
Based on Disney's track record, we probably can see it on Disney Plus pretty soon.
Yeah. I mean, Sinners had a really good score too.
Thunderbolts has a fun score.
Well, I would like I like Tron over Thunderbolts score. Oh yeah, personally,
for sure.
But I mean, Thunderbolts was good.
I was just listing other
contenders. You're wrong, and you should never talk again. Let the adults talk here, Asher.
I am not an adult.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I would really like to see Tron Ares get like nominated awards love for like sound, score, and probably visuals. Visual effects particularly.
I mean, who's really competing? Superman?
Avatar comes out this year.
Oh, never mind.
So Avatar is going to win best visual effects.
But with Avatar and Superman, like they have a lot of ties to soundtrack, or they have a lot of ties to scores that have been already created, sort of, kind of.
Well, Avatar might not get score, but it's definitely going to win visual effects. Tron Ares, I would love to see get a score nomination,
and even a win.
I don't
give it a dub.
I don't think it will get nominated. It'll probably get like a sound or visual effects or something. But
are we going to have an hour-long video about how Tron Ares got snubbed like Dune did?
Yeah, I mean, Dune is a way better movie.
I don't think Wesley is emotionally in depth.
Dune Part 2 is just a way better movie than Tron Ares, though. So I'm not going to be like as upset. Like, oh, okay, whatever.
Art is art, and the soundtrack, regardless of movie.
Yeah. I'll be upset, but I won't be as upset. I'll still be upset.
I will cry tears of pain and suffering.
But here's what I will say, though. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, they always get nominated for Oscars. So, you know, they do have name brand attached to them. The only thing is the movie itself is not going to get nominated really much anywhere other than like some of these select categories.
And that's okay.
So sometimes it hurts your chances to get a nomination if your movie isn't that good. So, which I think Tron Ares is decent, but I doubt Academy Award voters will think it is.
I can see that.
The same voters who don't watch movies, by the way.
Yeah, they don't watch all the movies. They don't even. Anyway, whatever. We're not talking about the Oscars.
The first track in it was the song that was playing as Ares was being made in the beginning of the movie. Dude, when that song came in, smile from ear to ear. I was just loving it. It's like this is so good.
It was like a moment for me. You know, if you're listening, I put my hands on my head and made a shocked face when I first heard the score pop in.
The movie starts with like that news crawl thing.
Yeah.
And then it goes
the exposition.
It goes straight into like the creation of Ares. And that it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You're like, this is what I paid for.
Yeah, I would say the opening sequence of this movie was awesome. And I really thought that the movie if you just had some cool visuals and if it all took place in the grid, and, like I think this movie would have been a lot better. But
what would your name in the grid be, buddy? Would it be Gridsley?
Grizzly?
Grizzly,
no,
the
probably still be Wesley.
Grizzly.
You don't change your name when you go in the grid.
Oh, but what if you were like a program?
I'd be I don't know, dub squared.
Dub squared.
Because my last name is Warren.
W.exe.
Yes, .exe. Wesley _
Warren.
Dune enjoyer.
.jpeg.
.jpeg.
He's just a picture.
Just a picture that floats around.
He talks, but the mouth doesn't move.
There's an MP3 attached to this.
How long is it? It's only 2 minutes.
It's compressed, so it sounds terrible. So anyway,
part of it's corrupted, so we never know what your punchline to your joke is.
What did the woodchuck say to the woodpecker?
No, it has to be grid based. Like, what did the gigabyte say to the hard drive?
oh man, these are the signs of indication I always look for to move things along. So.
He waits for the insanity.
So, yeah, we'll see if we get a Tron 4. Hopefully we do, honestly, because I think there's a lot more story to tell here.
A lot of potential.
But yeah, go see the movie then,
please,
so we can get one,
or watch it a million times on Disney Plus, I guess.
Because I think the franchise has a lot of untapped potential.
I'm begging you.
For whatever reason, it's just having a tough time selling tickets. I think this is a movie that should be a moneymaker. I mean, it's not the greatest movie ever, but I think it's one that deserves to go out to see it. It's like a good time at the movies,
Yeah.
There are some movies that come out that don't deserve to make money.
And plus, I would say it's a 98% like clean movie for families. Like, I was surprised that there wasn't any sexual content in it. There was very little language. So for like an action sci-fi movie, that's saying something.
Yeah, there was like a couple of swear words, but there's no like blood or action, there's action, but there's no like blood. It was your typical PG-13 blockbuster,
Yeah.
That's the benefit of cube people. They don't bleed.
Yeah, cubed people do not bleed.
They just sometimes scream and you watch them disintegrate.
Do you bleed?
Wrong movie.
Tell me, do you bleed?
You will.
You will.
Wait, bleed you will. Yoda turns evil. Oh no, like there was that scene in Empire Strikes Back where Yoda seemed a bit evil. Where he asked Luke in Dagobah, he's like, he said something like, "Are you afraid?" or something. And Luke was like, "No, I'm not afraid." And Yoda was like, "You will be. You will be." Just go back.
You or of somebody else?
I think he's talking about the cave where Luke sees the visions.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that scene.
He was like, "In there, only with you what you take." Something like that.
I'm like, "Sorry, dude. Can you speak regularly for my training?"
So, I'm about to throw a rock at you.
Disney, if you're watching this, which I know you're not.
Disney,
just make a Tron 4. We want to see it.
Believe it or not, Disney, you can afford to lose money.
The entity Disney.
I'm not one of those guys that's like, everything you need to make is original. Like, sequels are terrible. I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I want to see a sequel to this. All right. So, anyway.
I wanted to see a sequel of Tron Legacy, and they canned it.
I guess this was kind of a Tron Legacy sequel.
It's like a
Legacy.
It's a fequel. It's a first.
Tron Legacy.
It's another movie within the universe of Tron.
It's another attempt to make another trilogy. I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Didn't really make a lot of money. So
far.
But anyway,
it might make $1 trillion.
You just wait. You just wait and see how many little Jimmies are going to run around this October and Ares costumes. It's like, I want to be an Ares costume.
Yeah, that's going to happen?
I don't know.
It might have been better as like a summer release. I don't know. But anyway.
Summer's not real.
So let's rate it.
Oh, snap. Forgot about that.
You want us to go
So
first?
Asher needs time to think.
Yeah, I need time to think.
You go first. I'm still thinking.
Jason goes first. So I know I spent a lot of this time criticizing the movie, but that's just because I love it and I wanted it to do better. But I still think it's a pretty good movie, despite really a lot of my criticisms are nitpicky, or very nitpicky. Some things are like, it's 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I think it's a good movie.
Okay.
I think even with me, even though I'm watching it not in a vacuum, I still think it's a pretty good movie. So I wish it did other things, but comparison is the thief of joy. And I am a joyful critter and creature.
Preach it.
So 7 out of 10. Would watch again. Did watch again. I saw it twice. Saw it in IMAX. Honestly, the sound mixing was worse in IMAX. I couldn't.
No.
It sounded great. The music sounded great, and the visuals, obviously, IMAX looks amazing. But for whatever reason, everything is just way louder than the dialogue. When I saw it in regular digital, the dialogue was perfectly audible. And IMAX, it was I'm glad I'd seen the movie already because there are certain things I just couldn't hear when they were talking in the IMAX version. But that won't be a problem if you watch it on streaming, probably.
Oh, yeah. What am I going to give it?
I don't know. Only you can know.
So I think that from a storytelling perspective...
The
storytelling perspective, the movie's not the greatest.
I don't think the story's...
The characters... just the whole vision for the story of this movie, to me, is just a little misguided. A little bit missing.
I think the word you're looking for is perfectly fine.
Okay. I think that's not the words I'm looking for. The word I'm looking for the visuals and the aesthetic aspects is really solid. Impressive, especially the sound. The score is the best part of the movie. The visuals also really great. Didn't like the fact that we weren't in the grid very much, but all of that is... I'm cooking up my rating here. Loading. I'm going to go 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Decent. I think I prefer Legacy. What did I give Legacy?
A 5.5?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, because I was like, isn't that higher than... I said that's higher
than...
Did I
really?
Because I compared it to your review of Revenge of the Sith. And you were like, I gave that a 5.
5.5? Oh, I thought I gave it a 6.5.
Pull up the episode. Pull up the episode right now.
Well, okay, so my numbers are misleading then, because I think I like Legacy more than Ares. But I feel like 5.5 for Legacy is a little low.
Did you not give it a 5.5?
I think I did.
Something around
there.
there.
I'm going to retract that. I'm going to give both of them like a 6.5. But I'm going to say I like Legacy a little bit more.
Because I gave Legacy an 8. Which I stand by the way.
Yeah,
I don't change I am an honest chap. I'm just kidding. I change my ratings all the time.
I mean, I feel like a 5 is too low for Ares, but I feel like 5.5 is too low for Legacy. I might have meant to say 6.5 or something. I don't know.
No, because you brought it up and I specifically mentioned that's higher than Revenge of the Sith.
Well,
which I was like, that's pretty good. And then you were like, I should revise Revenge of the Sith. I gave it a 5. I'm going to give it 5.5 too, actually. Okay. That's the conversation we had.
Well, then fine. I'll give this one a 5.5.
What?
I'll give... I don't know, dude. I'm so all over the place with my rankings right now. I'm so all over the place.
What are you feeling, man? We saw this movie a week ago. 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm changing my rating to Tron Legacy to 6.5.
Okay.
And then I'm giving Tron Ares a 6.5.
Okay. Yeah,
but I think I prefer Legacy more if I had to pick one.
Okay.
If Jason was threatening your life. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good.
Which happens a lot.
Claims to like the grid in its cubes. Does not want to be put in a cube.
Yes.
Curious.
I don't want to be put in a cube. A death cube.
A tungsten
Anyway,
cube.
Asher, sorry you had to deal with all that.
So I have a word, but I want to pitch in with a number today.
What? Is it orrery? Aura-E?
No,
right.
so okay.
Number first, I guess, right? Yeah.
I can give the number first. But overall, I enjoyed the score. The score was a huge thing for me. Made the experience a lot more enjoyable. I liked the visual effects. I think they did a really good job. And I enjoyed the Ares character. Like, him and Julian were my most favorite characters. Like, those are the ones I was intrigued in the most. Julian had a pretty good character arc, but I just feel like Ares was sidelined with Eve Kim. Like, I honestly wasn't really interested with Eve Kim. The first time they showed her character in the icy, frosty, cold setting, like, I wanted to go back to Ares. Like, it's kind of, that's how it felt like for me. Like, I wanted to spend more time.
Get me out of here.
I was like, I want more time with Ares because he has a story that I'm interested in. And so I just feel like he could have been given the spotlight a lot more. So other than that, like, the story is okay for me. It feels kind of plot driven at times, and like some of the dialogue is a little plot driven as well. Mainly when it's like the character is trying to do something to get the permanence code and whatnot. And I didn't like how the final act was anticlimactic for me. Is it climactic or climatic? Climactic? Climactic. So with that nutshell of my thoughts, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
What? I honestly don't know how to base that because it's the first time you've given a number.
Well, Asher has a Letterboxd now, so he has to use at least stars.
So, like,
the star system can translate to out of 10, though.
Like, this movie sits right now with me as, this is a movie where I would go back and watch and study scenes on YouTube. I would listen to the score, but I don't know if I would be that jazzed about sitting down to watch it all again.
Yeah.
I would prefer to sit down and watch Tron Legacy than Tron Ares all the way through.
Before you give a word for our viewers and mainly me, clarification, on a scale of 1 to 10, is 5 for you like average? Or is that, because like for me, like 6 and 7 is more average because I see it as like a grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like 60% is a passing grade kind of thing. 70% is like acceptable. You're doing all the things I kind of expect or want. And then 80, 90 is like exceeding expectations kind of thing. Or is it that for you, or is it like 50, half? You just average, like whatever. So 6, this is kind of what I'm thinking right now. This might change over time. Yeah. But 6 is where, from 6 up is where I would sit down and watch a movie all the way through again. Okay. So Tron Ares sits at 5 because there are scenes worth watching again and studying. The music is worth listening to, but I don't really have a huge interest watching it all through again. So you would feel comfortable saying a 5 is like below average on an Asher scale, like less. Like an average, I feel like for you, an average enough movie is something you'd want to watch again. Yeah. And this is less than that. Yeah. Okay. It's cataloged, so I can call you a hypocrite later. So my word is untapped out of 10 because I feel like Ares has the potential to be a really good character. He shows it at times, but I feel like they just did a lot of other things that took away from what they really could have done well with him.
and also with Athena being kind of like an untapped sub villain, and even just the overall like franchise. Like, I don't know all the things that happen behind the scenes, you know, quote unquote creative differences guiding certain decisions, but like there's so much potential for a third Tron movie with the 2 movies that we have before this. And so I think, like what we've already said, there's a lot of ground to work with already, aside from basically introducing this new era of characters and whatnot. So Untapped out of 10.
Yeah,
5
I
out of 10.
agree with that.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys make great points.
I make the best points. Thank you.
So, yeah, we will be back with more stuff soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going back to our news episode, right?
Yeah. Next week. Or not next week. Next month.
Next podcast. What's our next movie? I forgot.
We haven't decided.
We don't know.
Decided yet.
We haven't decided. We have the world is our oyster.
We
Someone tell me what that means.
the bloopers episode, the outtakes episode is still being edited, so that'll come out after this episode for sure.
Yeah.
Which, for those who don't know, October 5th was our 1-year anniversary of the podcast.
Congrats.
I think we mentioned that last time, right?
Did we?
I don't know.
We definitely brought up that we had like recorded our first episode or something.
Yeah. So,
But
And we are at, well, yeah, we've got 63 YouTube subscribers at this point.
that is a 600% increase over how many subscribers we had October.
60% or 600? Oh, yeah.
Isn't it 600%? Am I stupid? No, it's 6,000%. 6,000.
I don't know the math.
Because it's you have 1 subscriber, and then it increases to 60. That's a 6,000% increase, right?
I hope you're right, because we're putting this out in the public.
I didn't go to college. I didn't go to college, so my math could be completely.
I don't know.
he
so-
does work at an insurance company, though.
Whoa! Hey, let's not badmouth Jason's ability to do math.
If Jason gives you a
A quote, it might be 6,000 points off.
This is why I'm a plumber, so I don't have to do math.
double check your policies.
Do you not measure things?
Yeah, all you
Mr.
have to do is-
Mathematician.
You don't have to do math, though.
You measure things by how many thumbs
Yeah, exactly.
thick it is.
We could use a tape measure, but nah.
Yeah, eyeball it.
Eyeball it.
Yeah, exactly. That never gets anybody into any trouble in the plumbing industry.
Exploding
Anyway, we are on the internets, obviously, because there's literally no way you can watch this if you're not on the internet. So
I have a stone tablet.
We're on the grid.
we're on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We're on Apple. We have YouTube, or I already said that. We have TikTok. We have Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We have email.
We have an email. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on. That's where you can find us. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a fun episode. Tron Ares was a fun movie going experience.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend going to see movies in the theater. Don't wait for them to come out on streaming. Go to the theaters. It's good for everybody. Maybe not for your wallet at the moment, but
I was surprised. Our ticket was only $13 as opposed to our Superman ticket.
It's because I get a discount.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I'm grateful to be doing the podcast for a year now.
Yeah.
We stuck it through. We didn't give up after 3 episodes.
Yes.
We are
knew
now.
that. We knew that. We knew that 23 episodes ago. So
This is our 26th episode. Yeah. So, anyway,
Vans made for the elephants.
I don't know what that means.
What your shirt says. Oh, made for the elephants.
I thought you said bands made for the elephants.
That's what I heard,
What
too.
does that even mean?
I said Vans made for the elephants.
Bands made for the elephants, but it says elements. Anyway, this has been the On the Slate podcast. We are your hosts, Wesley,
Jason.
And Dasher.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.